Continuing talking about different ways to classify and categorize, we're going to learn about different kinds of jobs. So on the left, we're going to talk about jobs that make things. And on the right, we're going to talk about jobs that help. In this story, it's a nonfiction, which means it's a nonfiction article, and it's going to give us real people and tell us real facts about different things. We're going to classify and categorize what different kind of jobs do people have. This is called cool jobs. What would it be like to have these 3 jobs? A zoo dentist. Now I'm going to think to myself, before you even start reading, is that a job that makes something or helps something? If you were a zoo dentist, you would fix and clean a tiger's teeth. You could fill a hole in an alligator's tooth, and you might even pull out an elephant's tusk. Zoo dentists fix teeth just as ordinary dentists do, but they work on wild animals that might bite. So the dentist gives medicine to the animal, then it goes to sleep, and now the dentist can get started. Zoo dentists use big drills to clean out holes in teeth, but big tools can help them grip a bad tooth and pull it out. If it is a lion or a bear tooth, that can be a really big tooth. Now, we've just learned about zoo dentists, so let's think, is that a job that makes things or that helps things? They help things, because remember, animals are things. So we're going to say zoo dentist. We're just going to make a list. So Miss Wise is going to put some bullet points on here rather than drawing a line. Ooh, next we have a flavor maker. What? Did you know that did you ever want to change the taste of food? If you were a flavor maker, you could. You could make medicine taste like cherry or pizza sauce. With only the few drops, you could cause a hot dog to taste like a peach or a bear. Flavor makers work in a lab. They use chemicals to make flavors. Their best tools are their noses and their mouths. They do a lot of tasting and smelling. Flavor makers help make a lot of tasty food. Can you think of a new flavor for a food that you like? Now, a flavor maker, is that someone who makes things or zoo dentist? Now, the word is kind of answers in the word. So a flavor maker makes things. So flavor maker. All right, we have one more, I think. The next person is a beekeeper. Bees make honey. A beekeeper helps the bees do their job. If you were a beekeeper, you would build hives for bees to live in. These are not like the hives bees make themselves. Beekeepers make hives out of wood. How do beekeepers remove the honey with all those stinging bees? They have outfits to keep the bees from stinging them. There are gloves and a hood. A net protects the beekeeper's face. Sometimes beekeepers put smoke in the hives that makes the bees fly away. Then the beekeepers can take the honey out in it and take it a lot of work to get it honey. But the end is always sweet. So in the beekeeper, it said the beekeeper helps the bees do their job. So the beekeeper is a helper. So we're going to put beekeeper. So that's a job that helps things, because bees are things. There's one more page to our story. It says, there are many interesting jobs in the world. This person's job is to dress up like a huge bird and perform at sport events. It's fun to make people laugh. It's hard to be unhappy when you look like a big bird. What kinds of cool jobs can you think of? What cool job would you like to do? So let's think of some other cool jobs out there. What are some things that people make? Well, we talked about a flavor maker. We also there's a person that makes pencils. There's a person that makes garbage cans. There's a person that makes tables. There's a person that makes everything, and that is a fun kind of job. There's also a person that makes video games. So you can become a video game creator. How cool is that? There's also lots of jobs that help people, like nurses and doctors, and people like Miss Weisel, a teacher. I help you learn and go on to your next grade. So There's so many different kinds of jobs, and what's something really cool about your generation, so you being in first grade, the class of 2031, you could do a job that hasn't even been invented yet. How cool is that? It's pretty awesome. So what your job is going to be for this activity is fill in 2 jobs that make things and 2 jobs that help things. So you just have to write 2 down. Now you can use what Miss Weisel talked about the flavor maker, the zoo dentist, and the beekeeper from our story, or you could write your own, or you can think of your own, maybe something your parents do, or your grandparents do, or what Miss Weisel does. These are all jobs. So you're gonna just categorize them and classify them by different things. So remember, 2 about jobs that make things and 2 about jobs that help